U.S. could hit Iran as soon as Saturday. North Korean leader deploys 50 new rocket launchers ahead of major party Congress. Major U.S. naval air buildup set stage for potential Iran war. U.S. to withdraw all troops from Syria, reports. U.S. President Donald Trump has been briefed that the American military could be ready to launch strikes on Iran as soon as Saturday, according to reports from CBS News. However, officials say the president has not yet made a final decision. Sources indicate the timeline for action may extend beyond the weekend, as the Pentagon adjusts its posture in the Middle East. Some personnel are being repositioned in preparation for a possible Iranian counterattack, should the United States move forward with military action. Senior national security advisors met in the White House Situation Room to review options, and officials say all U.S. forces in the region are expected to be fully positioned by mid-March. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts continue. A senior U.S. official says Iran is expected to submit a written proposal outlining steps to avoid further escalation, following recent talks in Geneva. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also scheduled to visit Israel later this month for discussions with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as tensions over Iran remain high. The situation underscores a delicate moment, with Washington balancing military readiness and diplomatic engagement. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has unveiled the deployment of 50 new launch vehicles designed for nuclear-capable short-range missile systems, signaling an expansion of the country's military strength ahead of a major Workers' Party Congress. State media showed rows of launcher trucks on display in Pyongyang. Officials say the systems support 600mm multiple rocket launchers, which analysts note can operate similarly to short-range ballistic missiles due to their guided technology and propulsion systems. In his address, Kim said the launchers incorporate artificial intelligence and advanced guidance systems to carry out what he described as a, quote, strategic mission, suggesting potential nuclear capability. He also indicated that further plans to enhance North Korea's nuclear forces would be announced at the upcoming Party Congress. Separately, Kim's sister, Kim Yo-jong, responded to a South Korean minister's apology over alleged drone incursions. She warned that any repeat incidents would prompt a strong response and said border surveillance would be intensified. Relations between North and South Korea remain strained, with diplomacy largely stalled since nuclear talks between Pyongyang and Washington collapsed in 2019. The latest developments underscore continued tensions on the Korean peninsula as Pyongyang advances its missile and nuclear programs. The United States has significantly expanded its military presence in the Middle East, positioning warships, fighter jets, and refueling aircraft in what analysts say could support a sustained campaign against Iran if President Donald Trump authorizes action. Reports from CNN and CBS indicate the U.S. military could be prepared to launch strikes as early as this weekend, though the president has not yet made a final decision. Currently, 13 American warships are operating in the region, including the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. A second carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, is en route with additional destroyers. Having two carrier strike groups in the Middle East is rare and signals a heightened state of readiness. The buildup also includes advanced aircraft such as F-22 stealth fighters, F-15s, F-16s, aerial refueling tankers, surveillance planes, and cargo aircraft, forming a robust operational network. President Trump has repeatedly warned Tehran of potential military action if nuclear negotiations fail. Talks held in Geneva this week produced what Iran described as agreement on guiding principles, but U.S. officials say major differences remain. White House officials acknowledge some progress but stress that the two sides are still far apart. The administration maintains that all options remain on the table, urging Iran to reach a deal. With military assets in place and diplomacy ongoing, the region remains on edge as Washington weighs its next move. The United States is reportedly preparing to withdraw all of its remaining 1,000 troops from Syria over the next 2 months, according to multiple U.S. media outlets. The move follows recent shifts inside Syria, where the government has expanded its control and Kurdish-led forces, once key U.S. partners in the fight against Islamic State, have agreed to integrate into state structures. American forces have already pulled back from several bases, including Al-Tanf and al-Shaddadi, which were used in operations against ISIS. The decision also comes amid broader regional tensions. While drawing down in Syria, the United States is simultaneously reinforcing its military presence near Iran, as Washington weighs potential action against Tehran. Recent reports indicate U.S. forces could be prepared for strikes against Iran as early as this weekend, though President Donald Trump has not made a final decision. The Pentagon has not officially confirmed the Syria withdrawal plan. The developments signal a significant shift in U.S. posture in the Middle East as Washington recalibrates its strategy across multiple fronts.